think that, again, like you said, you can't shame a man for what he has, but if you're not satisfied and you don't think that you'll ever be satisfied, then just leave that man alone. Like, what are you sticking around for? It has to be another reason why you're sticking around if you're not sexually satisfied, and that actually happens a lot in a lot of marriages. A lot of people aren't sexually satisfied, but they sticking around with their significant other, and I think that's probably what he was talking about in the video. A lot of people don't speak up about the truth. They don't want to tell the other person the truth because they feel as though it's going to hurt their feelings. When the truth is supposed to get you on the other side of freedom, like that, the truth is supposed to set that stage of, okay, this is what's going on. These are my issues. Those are your issues. Let's get to the other side of it. But a lot of people just want to stay on the side where they know what they know, and they don't want to know anymore because they fear the unknown. A lot of women fear the unknown, but some men fear the unknown too. So it's one of those things where if you don't speak up and you're not honest, then you're only hurting yourself. You think you're not being honest with him. You think it's going to hurt his ego. No, you're hurting yourself.
Because you're not being honest with yourself. Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, y'all are missing the point of what he.
Oh, we got to go to the next topic, just so you know. But go ahead.
Okay, y'all are missing the point of what the guy said in the video. He said she did not sign up for 5 inches, but she's not telling you that because she's saving your ego. But the man she had before you was like 8 inches, so she knows the difference. He's not saying it's like, I'm just gonna go leave him. I'm not gonna leave. Y'all, I don't know why y'all be thinking y'all be doing something. It's very common for men to not be able to please women. It's very extremely common. So all I'm saying is this: she might prioritize affection and financial, freedom or whatever over the sexual pleasure. And so she's just kind of like, because women do it all the time. Like, we're talking about virgins here, marrying men and not even knowing their own sexual organs enough to know how to make themselves reach a climax. They don't know anything about their bodies. They've never had the time to experiment with themselves. So it's not about leaving a person. It's just about protecting the ego, because some men are not really ready to have that type of conversation. That's all.
So I got another question, and we can move on.
Andre, I got a question.
Hold on. I just
hold on. Let go. We're spinning too, but let me get Sweeney in there so we can go ahead and move on. Go ahead, Sweeney.
Okay.
Before I get started, I do have something to say to it, but I do want to ask Andre a question. Have you ever told a man that he wasn't good enough?
No, I don't think so.
So how would you know?
I mean, I told him how he makes me feel in the bed, and he wasn't really able to read. They're not able to receive.
So he was upset with you, and what happened afterwards?
It's not that he was upset. It's that he wasn't really hearing it. Like, he was like, "Oh, so you ain't? What you mean? I know you had to come one time." And I'm just like,
and you told him no, and then what happened?
And it's like he wasn't really willing to really receive that without he couldn't receive it. Like, it was personal. Like, obviously it's personal, but it's like, I'm just like,
I get what you're saying, but what does that mean? Like, what was the end result? Like, did he get better? Did he try some new shit? Or was he or did he just say, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and he just moved on from you?
No.
What happened?
I mean, I guess he did try to get better. But
come on, so you can't say that he has a fragile ego if you notice that he was trying to get better. A dude with a fragile ego doesn't go and go back to the chopping block and change things up and try to do new things. He just says he just keeps doing the same shit because he thinks he's a shit.
Okay, and it's not all on him. This is you can't just put it all on him when y'all both in the bed having sex.
Right. When he received the information, he was like, I wouldn't have known he received the information until later on. But when I initially had the conversation, it was like he wasn't even really receiving it. That's all I'm saying. He was initially offended.
But ladies, if y'all know your own body and know how to make yourselves come, you can now tell your man what actually works for him to make you come. A lot of y'all don't know how to make yourselves come, and And I'm not just talking about like this. You got to know your body. And if you don't know your body, you can't instruct him on what to do with something that you don't know what to do with.
What are you talking about?
And the thing is that to Andrea's point, a lot of women not only say that they don't have orgasms from men, often they say that they don't know how to have an orgasm they damn selves. So
that part,
that is, if you look it up, that is true. Like it's not to the same degree with men, but a lot of them don't even know their own body.
I mean, penetration orgasms, Andrea.
I think it was in the same study.
Yeah, no, it's two different orgasms.
But
it's
no,
like
I think
different orgasms.
Mr. Lego, come on, bro. Come on, man. But no, I think it might be within the same study where they asked women about how whether they are pleased by men. They asked them the same thing about themselves.
Okay,
and a lot of women
trade articles. I like to see that information.
But
it said 56% according to the study. But go ahead.
56 for them knowing
it themselves. 95% of men always orgasm during sex, compared to significantly lower 25% of women who responded the same. So 25% of women orgasm during sex, while 95% of men do. But then it also said, on the other hand, 59% of women said they faked the orgasm. So
did it say anything about them not being able to please themselves?
Oh, I thought that was in there. No, not bad.
All right, but so to answer the question, and then we can move on. Do men tend to have fragile egos? No. Can men egos be fragile? Absolutely. Can they have a moment where their egos are where they take a blow to their ego? Absolutely. But do they tend to have fragile egos? No. Why? Because who in the world is nice to men to give them this fragile ego? To have a fragile ego, you must not face adversity, so that when your ego is tested, that you become fragile. When has anybody in this world ever had a problem telling men how they not shit? You want to know? I got an even better question for y'all. What is the equivalent in this world to don't ask me my weight and don't ask me my age? Do we have a male equivalent to that, where it's socially normal not to ask a woman?
Don't ask him what he do for a living, because he don't like that, because especially black men, they don't like to be asked what they do.
Hold on, wait. But is that a social norm? Is that a social norm? Because women ask men what they do for a living. That's almost one of the first questions that come out the gate. You don't, when they, the thing is, when it comes to
question, just like we hate the question that you're referring to.
No, but the thing is, but it's not socially normal for you not to ask. It's socially normal for us not to ask a woman her weight or her age.
But I will say men's egos they kind of run differently than women. I feel like men have more egos when it comes pure men to men type of egos. I mean, that's why most fights happen in clubs. That's why men fight over women. It's all about like, oh, I'm not gonna let him win. It's all about their ego.
Well,
right? It runs different ways. It's still an ego.
That's not true, though.
That's how you disagree now.
Wait, Ali. Honestly, that's
talking
not
about
true.
Men, and y'all want to fucking talk. Shut up.
We fight for a number of reasons. We fight over being disrespected. We fight over resources. We could fight over a woman. You know what I mean? Sometimes women tell us, hey, go whoop that nigga ass because he did something to me. And we get out there and go get it done. There's a number of reasons, but it's not always because we have a fragile ego. Okay. I think that's heavily reductive on how men feel and the reasons why we move the way we move.
And it's dismissive.
Okay. And it's very hold on. Listen, like I said, I don't think that men tend to have fragile egos, because if men tended to have fragile egos, this world would be a much worse place if that was the case. If men, really? The world is the worst. The world is the worst place.
Port of Egypt.
What?
Look at what's going on in Gaza. But I will say,
you know what they're fighting over in Gaza, right?
Land. But
so how is that? What does that have to do with fragile egos?
That's all about ego. The land.
The land is not about ego. If you got to go around the whole country in order to import something versus going through the country because you own it, that's not ego.
You can work a treaty with someone and actually work something out.